It's time. It's time, brothers. Come on. Now, everyone knows I'm not the biggest LeBron James fan in the world when it comes to basketball. Right? Let's get that out of the way. Now, I'll say that to say this. This has nothing to do with LeBron James. So all you haters who thought y'all was going to hear a LeBron James hate video, no, this is not it. This is the truth behind Kevin Durant going to Golden State and choosing Golden State. This is the truth behind it all. Because you guys have let the media on television, you've let social media turn you into morons. Complete morons. And you are sitting there getting mad because of one player's decision to go to another team when he was a free agent, which was totally in his rights to do. You made it as if it was an issue for him to do such. But let's go through history to explain to you why this deal was perfect and it was the right decision. One, we will only go over facts. I don't do stats. Y'all do stats, we do facts. Fact is, Kevin Durant came in the league, and when he was drafted in the league, he started averaging 20 points when he played with Seattle Supersonics. Then they moved to Oklahoma City. The whole team moved. He just got there. Best rookie. Averaged 20 points a game. Next year, OKC. He's there. So all in total, he played 9 seasons. He led the league in scoring. Led the league in scoring at least 4 times since he was with OKC. This guy has given y'all 9 years. 9. The average playing years for NBA All-Star, for an NBA All-Star, y'all, is 9 years. The average years for an NBA basketball player is 5. 5 seasons. But 9 for All-Stars. That's the average. 9 years. He gave y'all 9 straight. And you want to know why he left and made the decision to leave? I have gave you countless explanations. And there is no defending Kevin Durant. I don't need to defend him. He did nothing wrong. He's not a criminal. He's not on trial. But let's look at the situation. And who to really blame for Kevin Durant leaving. Now, they made the NBA Finals in 2011-12, that 2012 season. They made the NBA Finals for the first time, well, not in franchise history, but as the Oklahoma City Thunder. They made the NBA Finals. 2012, right? Now, once they made it in 2012, they were eliminated in, 5 games to the Miami Heat with LeBron. Okay, so once they lost, the very next season, in the offseason, you would think they'd be trying to add players to get better. They offered James Harden a $52 million contract extension for 4 years, and his agent said that wasn't enough. Then they tried to hardball James Harden and say, we're going to go to $55 million for 4 years, and you got to midnight to take it. You got 24 hours to accept the deal. They didn't give them enough time to even consider the options, and it was the lack of respect that the Oklahoma City Thunder organization came with the offer that made James Harden say, nah, I can't do this one. So when he didn't do it by their time frame, they immediately traded him. Traded him to Houston for who did they trade him for? Some guy. What they trade him for? They got OKC got Mitch Gary, some draft picks, Jeremy Lamb or somebody. You know, they ended up drafting Adams or something out of that. Grizzly Adams got drafted out of the trade for James Harden, but still, I mean, what did Grizzly Adams really do? But still, you got draft picks and you just hurt your team because he was like the best six man ever to come off the bench. Because the very next season, OKC beat James Harden and the Houston Rockets in the playoffs in the first round. And then in the second round, they lose to the Grizzlies. Russell Westbrook, what he do? He was out for the rest of the year, injured himself in like game 2 or something, and then they ended up losing to the Grizzlies. So they were out. Now, if you'd had Harden, you still had a chance. But now you did it all for Russ, and now there's no real backup for him. So now the season is over, and they go out in the second round, disappointingly to the Memphis Grizzlies. So now that season's over. Now they claw, scratch, and fight to get back in position to vie for an NBA championship. They're going against the defending champions, Golden State Warriors. They're up 3-1, and the collapse happens. Kevin Durant is playing everybody else's position. They have no other help coming in. It's Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant show. Sorry about that. And Durant is worn down defensively because he's guarding so many positions. And Russ is not taking over the game. He's not doing what he's supposed to do at this time. And when Kevin Durant is rolling and he's hot and he's got a good rhythm, Russ won't give him the ball. These are facts. And I said, oh, wow, he's just shooting him in the foot because now Durant's going to cool down and, you know, they're going to give him the ball late in the shot clock and he's got to try to make something happen. It was the energy level had changed and Golden State had stopped their turnovers, which was helping OKC get the 3-1 advantage that they had. Klay Thompson had a miracle second half and stopped them from being eliminated. So after they lose 3-1, the Golden State Warriors played the Cleveland Cavaliers in the NBA Finals. They're up 3-1. And then we know what happened there. So they lose in 7 games. And when they lost, here's the other lie that everyone keeps telling themselves. Golden State, the Warriors just won 73 games the year before, and they add Kevin Durant. That's not fair. Theoretically, it appears that way if you're a stupid person. But if you're someone who's smart, you know to look at facts instead of stats. The facts is the Golden State Warriors won 73 games that season and had 9 losses. But they lost the NBA Finals in 7 games. Let me repeat. They lost the NBA Finals. So they did not win. So is there room for improvement? Yes. When you don't win a championship, there's going to be need for rooms of improvement. You didn't win a championship. So even though they won 73 wins, they didn't win it all. You asked them what was more important, 73 wins or the year after when they didn't win 73 games and won a championship. Which was more important? Now, getting back to brass tacks. The Golden State Warriors lost 7 players. They didn't add, they subtracted 7 players from their illustrious team. They lost Barbosa, who was very key coming off that bench. They lost Bogut, who was their starting center and one of their defensive juggernauts. They lost Harrison Barnes, another guy that they drafted who helped them win. They lost Spakes off the bench, big muscle off the bench. They lost Rush, and then I think Virgil stayed, but he didn't end up making it very long next season. So you can put him down too. But the next year, the Golden State Warriors didn't just add Kevin Durant. They had to go ahead and replace a lot of players. They have to replace almost that entire bench. So Harrison Barnes left and they brought in Kevin Durant, who was a free agent. They got McGee. They got Zaza. They brought in David West, Matt Barnes, McAdoo, and McCall. They revamped their bench. That's great general managership to go along with the players that they already had. Now, losing Bogut and replacing Bogut with Zaza was going to be a new type of thing, because Bogut was physical, but he had size and he could set picks. He could actually score on the inside. Zaza was physical on the inside to be smaller than Bogut, but knew how to get to positions, and he was very good tactically at setting screens and picks and plays. He was very key to that season, especially helping out Draymond. Now, why Golden State? That is going to be the big questions, because that's another thing the haters say. Well, why did he leave? Why did he go there? I don't understand. Why did he go there? Here's why he went and why Golden State. After 9 years of playing with OKC, Kevin Durant still considered coming back. He still considered going back to OKC. That's just the niceness of his heart. The man still considered going back to you guys. He was going back and forth on what should he do. He was actually doing that. He loved OKC. And here's why he left. When the season was over, they lost 3-1. You guys have not, because they don't talk about it. Before Kevin Durant left, on June the 23rd of that year, they traded Serge Ibaka for Office Depot and some guy named Vasilova. So they got Office Depot on the team and a Vasalofa. Serge Ibaka has been a very key personnel on that team. Very key the year they went to the NBA Finals in 2012. He was very key that season. He was huge. And now you lose this guy and get in two guys who are very unproven come into this team. Now you've just weakened the Oklahoma City Thunder again. It's the James Harden syndrome all over again. Now, if you're Kevin Durant, what did we add that's going to help us get back to the same position? You just weakened us again. So, July the 7th, about a week later, Kevin Durant announced he's leaving. And he's going to the Golden State Warriors. And you say, why the Warriors? I say, why not the Warriors? They had a position open. At the same position, Harrison Barnes was a free agent. And they were not looking to bring Harrison Barnes back. So Kevin Durant had an opening to start with the Golden State Warriors. Plus, he is 9 years into his career. Why is he going to start over and try to build a team from scratch to go to an NBA? He don't have that much time left. This is your magic hour. This is your 10th season. An injury can happen at this point. Anything. He wants to try to win. So this gave him the best opportunity for him to win. Plus, they needed him. So stop with all that. They didn't need Kevin Durant. Obviously, they did. They just lost 7 players. They rebuilt and revamped the team. A 73-9 team revamped. But you forget that. Because you listen to these idiots on these sports shows. You listening to the people on the chat rooms. And they talk to you like a complete moron. Instead of saying, wow, we don't have to do journalism anymore. We could just be bloggers and just talk. And that's all they do now. No journalism, no facts, no backing up anything anymore. It's just speculation. So when you see other NBA players making comments about Kevin Durant and his decision, and it's only a decision if it doesn't work out. So far, he's won 2 NBA championships since he left. Back to back. Going into his 12th season now. Coming up this year. It's obvious he made the right decision. You would have thought by now people would shut up. So for the city of Oklahoma, or Oklahoma City, the lack of respect you show Kevin Durant, who gave you guys 9 seasons, who were the reason you were even in playoff contention. Y'all gave it up and say we sticking with Russ because he's loyal. He stayed. He's staying. He's loyal. Kevin Durant was there for 9 years. 9. Just remember that when you talk loyalty. He could have easily left earlier. Easily left the team earlier. But he stayed. So remember that when y'all talking about questioning this man's loyalty. Okay? Kevin Durant is one of the best NBA basketball players in history. For a man his size to have that kind of athleticism on both sides of the ball. The man has guarded all 5 positions on the floor. Give the damn man his respect. That's all I can add to that. Because you give players who don't deserve it, we ain't gonna say who name, Y'all give these guys all the credit and respect in the world, and they've done next to nothing as compared to Kevin Durant and anybody else on the team. They got all the commercials, they got all the smiling and all that, but they ain't doing half of that work on that court, on both ends of the ball. And we ain't got to say any names. It's time for a mic drop. I'm out.